Okay, so I just saw the Power Ranger Cosmic Fury premiere, the first episode, Lightning Strikes. Um, and I felt that I should come on and talk about this premiere, give my thoughts on it, since I have a 4 hour long video about every single Power Rangers premiere. I figured I would say what I liked about this one, what was good, what I didn't like. Um, I guess overall, I liked the premiere. It's just like nothing crazy happened. Well, that's not true. That's not true. You know, it was just all a bunch of setup, which most of these premieres end up being. Um, but some stuff just happens very quick. Some of these characters are barely in it, like the Rangers. Since these Rangers are already established, they take the time more to establish these new enemies and the new Zords. We didn't get the new powers though. We didn't get like the new suits. I'm going to assume that happens next episode. I've only seen the first one. I know 10 dropped. I will make a video about this first drop, if there's only 10. I don't know. I will talk about, all 10 episodes eventually. That'll probably be the next video I put up because I'll probably binge the rest today. But no new power set, so it's just establishing the villains, kind of giving some of the stakes, establishing the new Zords, and then some things going on with the characters. So I won't give like a synopsis of it in a traditional sense of just going through it and describing the story in order. I'll just kind of jump around here. Firstly, Javi losing an arm is, I think some people had speculated about it given his suit design, but I don't know how many people really thought he was fully going to be losing the arm. But honestly, I do like that. I really hope they do something with it. It's a great thing to establish now in the premiere, and could help elevate this premiere going forward if the things established here are developed further. I think that would help this premiere out. So Javi losing an arm is something that I'm curious to see what they do with it. I really hope they don't waste this. I'm not expecting a season-long arc of him coming to terms with losing the arm, but at the same time, I don't want him to just get a robot arm slapped on it, and he's like, okay, just gimmicks from the arm, jokes with the arm, and that be it. There being no emotional weight to him losing the arm. So we'll see how that goes. I love the new the enemy grunts design this season, looking very much like Zed Putty mixes. Really like the design. Off the top of my head, they actually probably are some of the better designed season grunts. I think I might do a tier list at some point ranking the designs for all the enemy grunts in Power Rangers, and those ones might be up there. I really, really do like them. What all happens? Zato's in this premiere for like 5 seconds, has a couple of lines during the fight, and then is just tossed through a portal. A little disappointing, given that he died and he comes back, but it could be a good setup, especially seeming with Ion's character. He seems to be taking it the most. Nobody else seems to care that Zato got tossed through a portal. So we'll see how that plays out. And then Ollie being evil for probably just this episode. They do get him back, so maybe the next episode is fixing him, and then we kind of move on from there. But it did. But Zato being tossed out and Ollie being tossed out did kind of leave this nice thing that I did like, where Billy, who's just there on the planet, and it's not really established too much of why. I know he traveled in space, so I guess he just saw the fight or got some signal as he was flying through space and showed up. But he was there, and then Mick, who I can't remember why he's there. I don't remember if it's even really said, but Mick is there, and the Red Morphin Master gives him his Ninja Steel powers back. So it allows for this cool thing where we see Ollie and Zato off the team, so then Mick and Billy coming in and seemingly kind of taking their place, at least visually, with the team colors, and it just gives this cool mixed match of Rangers, which I do like. There's a big meshing of continuity here. I don't know if that's the right phrasing, but this nice... they're playing with the continuity, I guess I should say, with having Mick show up representing Ninja Steel, showing some of that history there. We see Scrozzle from Beast Morphers still here, eviling around. Obviously, Zed's back. Billy's back. And I kind of like when Power Rangers does that. They don't do it well all the time. Sometimes they do it really poorly. But I do like when they do remind us that this is a connected universe, and sometimes it does work out well. And I think this is an example of that. I don't know if it's just me, but Amelia being a leader, it's not fully out of nowhere. Like, I could see it have happening, but I do feel like we did miss some progression to her becoming this leader and taking this role on. I would like one episode of her struggling with that, maybe failing a little bit as a leader and then growing from it. But we'll see. But right now it does feel just kind of out of nowhere. I have no problem with them growing her character into being the leader, but right now it does just seem kind of out of nowhere. But at the same time, looking at the rest of the team, who steps up? Like, Izzy's the best fighter, but that doesn't mean she should be the leader. We had an episode with Ion in the beginning where he thought he should be leader, and he kind of realizes that maybe that role is not meant for him, so it makes sense. Javi's incapacitated, so she does seem like the next person up, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it was missing a little something. Her being like her taking the reins, I feel like could have been maybe presented a little better. Oh, yeah, where they get their new powers on Zordonia, there's a nice callback to MMPR when they get the Shogun powers. Billy saying that this is where they got the Shogun powers. I remember seeing that season, but, it's been a while, so I don't remember it too well. So this is, again, a nice, playing with continuity here, exploring the full expanded Power Rangers universe, and playing into that, which is something I do really like. I do really like that. I would say that this whole season, this premiere still feels, it still just has a Nickelodeon feel to it, which I don't hate. I do hate a couple of the Nickelodeon seasons, but it's something that I can live with, but it always does feel off to me. Like the characters and sometimes the speech and the way everyone's interacting, it just doesn't quite feel real. That's the only way I could think to describe it, because I'm watching it and I'm like, this isn't necessarily bad, but there is just something off about it that's holding me back from just fully liking it. I mean, it does have that same kind of feel that, other previous Power Ranger seasons have had, that they've had for a while now. I guess since Samurai, they've all had this feel. And this stretch of Power Rangers is making me grow into the idea of a reboot, a new continuity of Power Rangers. Although it will be hard to see, because like I said, I actually like when they explore the full Power Rangers world that has been established over 30 years and playing with different aspects of it. So that possibility being gone is something I'm not overly fond of, but I am growing into the idea of, hey, new continuity, let's see what happens, which is seemingly what's going to happen. This is probably the last thing we see from this continuity. 30 years is a good run, and the shows will still be able to be watched. So I'm growing into the idea, but I do like interconnectivity, and but hey, we have a chance to build that again, so that's also fun. The Zords and Megazord itself is pretty cool. I know this isn't Power Ranger specific, because this was used in Sentai, and I don't watch Sentai, so you're not getting any Sentai takes here. But I do really like the Zord. I think it looks really good, the Megazord. And the Zords being able to switch appendages is a really nice idea that I do really like. They could be feet, they could be arms. It works pretty well. I still need to get my hands on the toy. Different controversy for another day, the pricing of this toy, but I do got to get my hands on it. I do have a growing collection of Power Ranger toys that is usually behind me in most videos, but I am not in my normal space. This is not where I usually record. This is not where I live, but you need to get my hands on that one. And they do kind of this, and the Zords thing do lead to the setup for Amelia becoming the Red Ranger, and it's such a really chill reason. Like, it's not even made a big deal, and I don't dislike that. I kind of like it because it just shows that some things are just a natural flow, and this being one of them, she's like, well, someone needs to pilot this Red Zord. It's the centerpiece, so I'll do it. So that was pretty cool. I had zero problem with that. And then going back to the enemies, we do have an evil billionaire enemy this season, very hip. They got a good pulse on the youth, hating billionaires. And then with that, I think it's her daughter, but there's like going to be an evil villain throughout the season. It's just the comedic evil side villain, where she's just an influencer. Which is fine. I mean, that's fine to be made fun of. I don't think they'll ever do evil influencer as well as the Batman did with the Riddler, but it's fine. And I was worried for a second that Zed was going to be working for the evil billionaire, but he made it very clear very quickly that no, he's in charge and she's doing everything for him. So crisis averted for like 2 seconds. I was worried. And the Morphin Masters got bitched in this episode. I mean, they just got absorbed into a cannon, all of them, which is very interesting. Big nerf to the Morphin Masters, at least from my perception of them. I'm not really up in the comics, and I think these are different than the comics, so not too much you can go off of there. But they just got absorbed into a cannon. Very interesting. I don't know what that really means because they're still using their powers, so they're not their powers aren't connected to the Morphin Masters themselves. They're just the Morphin Masters are just kind of things that they give access to other things to the Morphin Grid, but apparently their powers don't come from them, which is fine. So we'll see what they do with that. I'm assuming they're going to free the Morphin Masters at some point. The Morphin Masters finally decide to intervene and help directly, and they just immediately get sucked into a cannon. That's got to be really annoying. They're probably all in the cannon looking at Morphin Master Green. They were like, this wouldn't have happened if we kept doing things the way we've been doing them and leaving ourselves out of this. I did find it funny that Amelia did try to do the this isn't you trope to Ollie when he was evil. Kind of glad it didn't work, though, so it was pretty cool. I'm going to finish up. I'm going to quickly try to edit this video and get it out and then talk and then watch the rest of Power Ranger Cosmic Fury today. I'll probably spend the whole day watching it. Might get a video out tomorrow. I'll see what I can do. Tomorrow's video was supposed to be an Oscars video where I talk about the 1920s Oscars. But, man, that video is I keep putting off editing. So I have too much editing to do, I think, to get it out tomorrow. So it'll probably be another Power Rangers video, which is fine. Power Rangers video actually, they end up doing decent on my channel. There are some of my most viewed videos, and I absolutely love the franchise, so I have zero problem talking about them over and over again. But yeah, so let me know what you thought of this premiere. I'm gonna give it a solid. I think I'm gonna have to give it like a 6 out of 10. It's okay, but things just happen one right after the other. Not too much time to soak in anything. This is a 1-episode premiere. I don't think anyone watched my full 4-hour video, which is fine on premieres, but the key to a good premiere was 2 episodes, and this is only 1. And I know that 10 dropped, so I'm not counting that as that. Unless it was a 2-parter, I only count it as 1 episode. But I'm going to take a quick second to see where I would put this amongst other premieres. So currently, the order of my favorite premieres goes Dino Thunder at number 1, number 2 is Lost Galaxy, 3 is Time Force, 4 is SPD, 5 is In Space, 6 is RPM, 7 Jungle Fury, 8 Mighty Morphin, 9 Ninja Storm, 10 Mystic Force, 11 Beast Morphers, 12 Dino Charge, 13 Lightspeed Rescue, 14 Zeo, 15 Operation Overdrive, 16 Dino Fury, 17 Wild Force, 18 Ninja Steel, 19 Mega Force, 20 Samurai, and 21 Turbo. So this is the 22nd premiere, and I'm to see where I put it. And I want to make sure this is crystal clear. What I just ranked was just premieres, not full seasons. There's some movement amongst them if I were to switch them just to seasons. But just based on premieres, where would I put it? It's probably right around where Dino Fury's premiere is. Very, very similar. I'd probably put it below Dino Fury just because I do like when they establish the actual Ranger characters themselves. And I'm not knocking the premiere. I'm not saying it's bad that they didn't showcase the Rangers more. We've already met these people. This is a continuation. So I don't fault it for it, but it does hold it back a little bit just because other premieres, when we establish characters, establish the Rangers themselves. I do like that more. So I would probably put it at 17. It's probably the 17th best Power Rangers premiere. But honestly, that doesn't hold back the show as a whole, because if it just flows better, it could flow really well. It could be a good season. Me putting the premiere 17th doesn't doom the season as a whole. But yeah, I'm gonna say 17th. I think it's better than. Oh, is it better than Wild Forces? No, it's not. It's not better than Wild Forces. Is it better than Ninja Steels? Yes. Let's put it at. Let's put it at 18. Yeah. I'm going to put it at 18. I will put it above Ninja Steel, but yeah, I think Wild Forces is better. So, and I actually like the season of Wild Force as a whole. It's just the premiere itself kind of quick. So yeah, Cosmic Fury, decent premiere. I don't hate it, but it's just there's just other premieres in Power Rangers that are better. Some that are a lot better. But I am optimistic for the season as a whole. Billy being back is great. I don't know about y'all, but I have had, like, in my brain what I would do if I was able to have a Power Ranger season, and I do have Billy as the mentor in my brain when I do my own little, in my own head, fan season. So great to see him here. I met him in person, actually, one time, which was amazing to do. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this premiere. I'm going to be catching up on the show, so if you want to talk about the show as a whole, feel free to do that in the comments below. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope this is a good season. Please subscribe to see more, like this video, and as always, keep gaming.